Hey, so here's a video on my Armored Core 3 build that you can use to beat the campaign with and beat your friends in PvP and tell them skill issue. Or at least that's how I imagine PvP to go. But yeah, once I figured this build out, it was really fun to unstuck myself in the campaign and clear the arena mode. And I will show the parts on screen and list them in the description. So with the build I tried to find a good balance between mobility and not dying instantly. And also you don't have to worry too much about running out of energy when you're okay at bunny hopping. The key parts are the weapons, mainly the MG-1000 and the KWG FTL-450 flamethrower. And basically what I do is to stay fairly close to the enemy and to blast them so fast that they die before they can kill you. And with that you can stay in a fairly safe distance where you can connect with your flamethrower and your machine gun at the same time, but not be too close for them to hit you with blades or lose the enemy if they were to jump around a lot. And if you do lose them, the quick turn extension is really useful to lock back onto them. What I did to make it more comfortable was to assign my fire buttons to the square button and the triangle button on the PlayStation controller, so I can just hold down both weapons and independently use the boost button to bunny hop. It takes a bit of practice, but it's not too difficult once you get used to it. There's a way to make it even easier for you is if you're playing with a third-party controller that has those extra back buttons like on the bottom of the controller. If you just assign the left and right weapons to those buttons, you can just hold them down and move your thumb for the boost independently, which is what I did quite a lot while playing on a Steam Deck. So here's some footage that I recorded of some arena fights where I can explain a little better of how I'm using this build. This one stayed grounded, which is great, so I just focused on staying close and I used the quick turn when I lost sight of him. If you ever played Dark Souls, you might default to circle strafing, and that's kind of what the enemy seems to be doing. But if you know you do more damage than the enemy, it's good to stay in one lane and just boost in the same direction. That way you'll stay locked on and then you can just keep going until they explode. This one was fun because once I cornered them, the AI just kind of broke. So here's a demonstration of how quickly you can toast your enemy with the MG and the flamethrower. So I'm gonna leave you with this last clip that you can just watch if you feel like it. I did kind of struggle with it because he kept jumping up and going really high up, so he was a little difficult to track. But once he came down to the ground and tried to pull out his laser blade, I did have opportunities to fall back and then blast him, which did end up working out in the end. What I could have used in this clip, and I just kind of forgot, was the exceed orbit part that I left in, which automatically tracks and aims at the enemy, which is good to do some extra damage if they slightly get out of range or if they jump up in the air and you can't really track them well. I hope this was useful for any maybe new players that are playing through the campaign and got stuck, as I did. Good game. Fun time.